Adele has opened up about how she worried about her fans' reactions to her divorce, after announcing her separation from ex-husband Simon Konecki. The singer, 33, admitted she questioned "Why don't they like me?" in an interview with Rolling Stone UK magazine, while gracing the cover of their second issue. Adele, who also spoke candidly about her romance with boyfriend Rich Paul, said she learned to take the comments with a pinch of salt. She told the publication, "During something like that kind of significant thing to happen in life, your mind sort of goes to those places. Why don't they like me? Why would they write that if they've followed me for 10 years? But in reality, that's not their responsibility. In reality, their responsibility as a fan is to want a good record and to hope I deliver. So I took it with a pinch of salt, and it was fine." Adele, who shares son Angelo with her ex Simon and confirmed they would be filing for divorce in April 2019, has since moved on with sports agent Rich. Discussing the beginning of their relationship, Adele said, "I didn't really tell many of my friends at the beginning because I wanted to keep it to myself. None of them believed it." In the early days after her separation, Adele said there was a particular moment where she felt at peace with the decision to be alone. She explained, "I remember going upstairs, and doing my face, and getting into bed. I felt quite hopeful. It was the first time I felt I'd had a really nice evening and I was okay being in the house and going to bed on my own. I was not excited, but I was looking forward to the next day." She has since been seeking that feeling of peace, by giving up drinking for 6 months, hiking and sound baths. Adele said, "Anything that could soothe my anxiety, I threw myself in headfirst. I traveled, anywhere where Terry's meant to be brilliant energy." Adele's conquest of the charts continued as her latest album 30 became the first album in over a year to sell more than 1 million copies in the United States. The hit LP has sold just over 1 million copies as of December 6, according to Billboard and MRC data. The album, which is her 4th studio release, continues to sit atop the Billboard 200 album charts. Adele's latest album sold a whopping 692,000 copies in its first week after its November 19 release, and it followed that up with a still impressive 225,000 copies in week 2. The previous album to hit over 1 million sales in the US was Taylor Swift's surprise album Folklore, which reached the million sales mark on July 24, 2020. However, due to the popularity of streaming services, it's rare for albums to actually sell over 1 million units, and even Swift hasn't yet crossed that line with her second surprise release Evermore, which she released on December 11, 2020. The last 3 new albums to sell more than 1 million copies were all from 2019 and included another Taylor Swift album, Lover, as well as Billy Eilish's When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?, and Harry Styles' hit album Fine Line. In 2018, only the soundtrack to Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper's A Star Is Born remake sold more than 1 million copies, buoyed by the film's popularity and Gaga's earworm Shallow. Although traditional album sales can be more profitable for artists and record labels, several artists have surpassed 1 million equivalent album units. The measurement, which is used to determine chart positions on the Billboard 200 list, with album sales, individual track sales and individual track streams being mixed together. The purchase of a full album is considered equivalent to a consumer purchasing 10 individual songs from an album, and 3,750 ad-supported streams of a song or 1,250 streams from a paid subscription are also equivalent to one album purchase, according to Billboard. However, as consumers have decreased their consumption of CDs, many have switched to only streaming music, which provides far less revenue to artists. Album sales include downloads of Adele's 30, as well as physical CD and cassette sales, plus vinyl LPs. The singer is primed to have even more sales, considering that shoppers will likely pick up copies of 30 as Christmas presents in coming days. Adele seems to have been particularly concerned with how her listeners will consume her latest effort, and 2 days after its release she celebrated the streaming service Spotify for no longer forcing paying customers to listen to shuffled versions of her music. "This was the only request I had in our ever-changing industry," she tweeted just days after 30's release. "We don't create albums with so much care and thought into our track listing for no reason. Our art tells a story and our stories should be listened to as we intended." A Twitter account for Spotify replied, "Anything for you." Previously, when users pressed the play button on an album page, it would begin shuffling songs, rather than playing them from beginning to end. Now, premium users will start from the first track when they press play, though they'll still have the option to shuffle the album December/January. Rolling Stone UK out now.